evening, everyone. It's tough to give a speech after that. I'm going to try. It's more difficult to speak. I would keep it, I wanted to keep it quick, but I want to also take my time to really share my thank you for all the people that had to come together to put together the show. The first and foremost thank you goes to the musicians. Without the music, there is no dance, and without the emotions of the music, I won't have emotions. So the musicians are forever to thank on this front. And every one of them is such an incredibly accomplished artist, so I feel exceptionally grateful to be in their presence, and for their efforts to be a part of my effort as well. And then the deepest gratitude for this show has to go to Chechi, my guru. She has been so technically sound, yet also emotive in how she taught me to bring out my emotions. Funnily, I know where I made my mistakes with the technical parts, which is usually not my weak point. The emotions are my weak point, but today that flipped, and I think that's thanks to my teacher. And it also shows me what I need to work on moving forward, because as Radha sir said, this is just the beginning. So to levelize both the technical aspects and the emotions will be what I continue to work on. Next, a deep thank you to the chief guest Chandrika ma'am and our guest of honor A.G. Menon sir for your presence and for your insights. Chandrika ma'am graces all the Arangetrams, and I've always seen her at these events thinking, I cannot wait for the day when you'll be at mine. So I really thank you for being here. And with A.G. Menon sir, I wasn't aware of your deep linguistic background until Chechi introduced me to your profile, and it feels like divine coincidence that your insight into the Tamil language connected so heavily and deeply to my pieces, especially the Murugan, the Varnam piece, which was a 40-minute piece. I want to speak a bit about that in a moment, but thank you so much for also elucidating the beauty of the Tamil language in that piece. So, the next thank you goes to Corzo Theatre. This was a dream venue for me. I saw a performance here 3 years ago, and I put it in my mind that I want to perform here someday, and I'm so happy I could do it today. And I really, really thank the entire Corzo team, the technical team, the administrative team who helped in putting together this production. It's extremely professional, and it was a completely smooth ride for me, so I'm really grateful for this venue as well. The next one has to be our event planning team, all my friends from the dance school who stood by my side and did all the logistics, and especially today I didn't think of anything planning wise, and that's thanks to them, and I could just focus on the art, and that's only because of my dance friends, so thank you so much. I want to thank also Mr. Ayyappan sir. I don't know if you're here, from the Tamil Sangam, the Tamil Society. He was a reference from my mom's sister in Singapore, my Perima, and she connected me with the Tamil community here, and to have the president of the Tamil Sangam attend is also very special to me and helped me with the food and organization of everything. To the photographers, I see my two friends here. Thank you so much for capturing this moment. I will really deeply cherish it after I get a bit of sleep, but thank you. Yeah, and as Chechi had said, I do have to deeply thank my gurus that came along the journey for me in different countries, as mentioned, from Coimbatore to Singapore, Boston, and now with Shama Chechi. Every single teacher has taught me a different piece of this art, and each of their inspirations are within me, and I really have my mentors to thank for this. Now, to the most important group, which is my family, I want to start where it all began, which is Coimbatore. My mom used to force me to go to dance school. I used to fight with her, and she would push me to go and drop me in her scooter, and I would cry and throw tantrums. I never wanted to go. But she was always strict, and she made me go. And now as an adult, I'm happy to say that I'm glad she was strict with me, because if she hadn't done that, I wouldn't be here today. So thanks, Mom, for being and then to to my dad, who's also in the audience. For me, he's really the embodiment of relentless hard work and deep spirituality, and that's the lesson he's taught me and my sister and our entire family. He's a true self-starter. Him and my mom are first-generation entrepreneurs, and they fight their fight in the most disciplined way. And I think one of his driving forces, especially, is his spirituality. And I see how devoted he is to Lord Shiva, but not just the god Shiva, but the ideals of Shiva, which is about quiet solitude, it's about deep self-introspection, it's about constant evolution of yourself. And these are really what Shiva means to me and what it means to my dad. And that is really has stuck with me. And it's a lesson that me, my sister, my cousins, our entire next generation takes forward thanks to my father and seeing how spiritual he is. So Shraddha Lagri, Waves of Devotion, is dedicated to my father for this. My sister Shakti, she isn't here. She's online, I hope, from the US. She's unable to travel because of various visa restrictions, but she's always been my best friend. And to have a younger sister journey along your whole life, that's such a gift to have. A strong backbone, and I'm really, really happy that she can at least be with us online and supporting me from afar. Her energy is something that means more than I can put into words. Now to the family I'm married into, my father-in-law, or Mawa, he's a renowned restoration architect, in fact, and once used to sit on the Kalakshetra board, which is a reputed dance school, and now post his retirement is a student of Carnatic music. So his forever student attitude is something that's deeply inspirational for me. He's also a marathoner, something like the top 1% of the age group in India. Does some crazy stuff with 11 different marathons behind him, and that discipline that I see in him is also a point of inspiration for me, and especially because he does it with a lot of joy. It isn't just rote motion. He's very happy in what he does, and that's something I'm really keen to embody more of. My ate, my mother-in-law, she's a constant warm presence, very calming, and for all of my hyper energy, I feel like she balances out, and she's like, no, it's okay, it'll be fine, you can trust in the process, you have this. So the past few weeks, that calm energy really helped me. Adi, my husband, last but not least. Throughout this process, we really joked that he became the de facto event planner, the talent manager of me, like unpaid talent manager. This whole production, the design aspect, the flyers, the QR code, the tickets, all of that is thanks to his push. I was very absorbed in the show itself that I didn't quite put that much energy into this. So all of this force is thanks to Adi, and he himself is a very driven person in his career as a landscape architect, but also continues to push himself physically. He's an endurance cyclist. He's done 500,000 K cycle rides. Speaking in thousands of Ks has become a commonplace in our dinner table, and that's very inspiring for me because he does all of this in such a laid-back manner and brings, again, a lot of joy to what he does. So thank you, Adi, for being here. To all my friends and colleagues, I know you guys are here, but the lights are completely blacked out, so I don't know where you guys are sitting. But I really thank you for my Dutch family and my Dutch friends here and colleagues who showed up to support me. You all really balance serious careers with side hustles, as we say. Like many of you are in climate activism, in sports, in music, and this balance that you bring to your life is something that I also take a lot of inspiration from. My colleagues, I think my bosses are here, so I really thank you for being here and for your curiosity in my culture. Many times at lunch in the past 2 months or 3 months especially, there were so many curiosities and questions about what this is, and they always asked me, how does it go? How was your workshop? How was your practice? So to my colleagues, thank you for being here and for showing all the support. Finally, in the most humble way, I'd like to say thank you to myself for sticking through the process. This was very tough. across a year and a half, but everything before definitely helped. And the thing about Arangetrams is that it's solo, and solo practices are lonely. No one claps, no one corrects you, no one watches, but you're just in your space, you're with the mirror, you're in a gym hall, you're in pain a lot of the time, but you just have to keep going, just out of discipline and devotion. So the theme in that sense really pushed me forward. And I want to add a few words to the Varnam, the 40-minute piece, Ni Manam in Irangi. That was a special request from me to Chechi because the first time I saw this on YouTube, it immediately took me back to Coimbatore, which is my hometown. Our hometown is known for Marudamalai, which is a temple. Far before Sadhguru or Isha came to Coimbatore, Marudamalai was the identity of Coimbatore. And where we are in our house, if we're on our roof, and I'm dancing on the roof of our house, if I look west, we see the beautiful Western Ghats, and you can see the outline of Marudamalai. And there's many times I've practiced on our roof, and there's always a family of peacocks actually that come by our garden. And these were the images that evoked for me when I saw this piece, and that's where I tried to mentally situate my imagination while doing this dance. So Ni Manam Irangi was a dedication to my hometown, to Murugan, to my grandfather, who's also named Murugan. And it was just a very touching piece for me, and I really thank Chechi, who brought it alive in her choreography and in how she designed the piece for me. So it was very personal, and it's only thanks to I think overall this took a lot of effort and imagination, but the reason I do this is because it's simple. I want to keep going. That's why I wanted to do this. This is a midway point. If that, I look at it as like a high school graduation. I know the things I need to improve on. I know the things that I want to, new things I want to learn, the things I want to go deeper on. So this was just a midway point and a great journey, and I really thank everyone for being here. Now to end in Dutch, because we're in this beautiful country that I now call home, in the gym hall that I work out in, there was a quote that says, "Je hoeft alleen maar jezelf te winnen. You only have yourself to win against." And that's the quote that really, really kept me going. So thanks everyone.
Woo!